Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to give a story time today, and it's going to be the story of how I met Katie Couric. There's her picture behind me. How I met Katie Couric for the first time, and I'm doing this in honor of the fact that Katie Couric is going on tour and her tickets just opened up to the general public. I've got my tickets, of course. I got VIP tickets and a meet and greet with her. So this is going to be the story of how I met her for the first time. So, I'm a huge fan of Katie Couric, if that wasn't apparent already. I love her. I'm gonna skip over some of the details leading up to how I met her, just because they're private and I don't want to invade Katie's privacy and I don't want to put my privacy out there, so yeah. It was April 7th of 2016, I want to say. It's been 5 years already. Wow. But I went into the city with my grandmother, and we went in knowing we were going to meet Katie. We had arranged this all behind the scenes. That's the part that I'm not telling you guys because it is kind of private. So we went into the city and we were supposed to meet Katie Couric for coffee at a restaurant called The Smith, which is now my favorite restaurant in the city, for obvious reasons. But their food is really good too, so, like, this isn't sponsored by them or anything. They're just really good. So we were supposed to meet her for coffee at, I think, 10 o'clock, and we were going to be able to have a half an hour with her, and then she had to go to a shoot. And we got stuck in traffic in the Lincoln Tunnel, and I felt so bad because we got to the city, to Port Authority, like, at 10:30, which is when she had to leave. So, I was beside myself. I was sobbing. At the time, I wanted to be a journalist. Now, I'm not quite sure what I want to be, to be quite honest. But at the time, I wanted to be a journalist, and I was sobbing on my grandmother's shoulder, saying she's gonna hate me, she's gonna blackball me from journalism, because I made her wait for half an hour, and I wasted her time, and she's gonna hate me, and she's never gonna talk to me again. So, we were communicating with our contact for Katie. I'm gonna keep that private because, again, respecting people's privacy. So we were communicating with that contact, and at one point, my grandmother took my phone because I had just been diagnosed with MS. So this was 2015. Because I had just been diagnosed, so it was 2015. So my grandmother took my phone and was talking on the phone to this contact saying she's very sick, she needs to meet Katie, not in a few days, in a few weeks, she needs to meet her today. Because I was still kind of in a flare. I was just coming out of a flare of MS, which is how I was diagnosed, because I was in the flare. So I was just coming out of that. And we agreed that we were going to meet at the same spot, but at a later time, at 1 o'clock. So my grandmother and I got something for breakfast. And then we headed over to the restaurant because we missed her once. We weren't going to miss her again. Oh no, we went to Duane Reade first because we wanted to pick up some antibacterial wipes for like railings and stuff that I was going to be touching, and for my hands, because I was immunocompromised and we didn't want anything to like mess that up. So we did that, and then went to the restaurant, and we were waiting until 1 o'clock, and she wasn't there at 1 o'clock, and our contact told us we could go in. The reservation was under Katie's name. So we waited for probably another 15 minutes before we went in, because I felt weird going up to the reservation desk and saying, I have a reservation under Katie Couric. I'm obviously not Katie Couric. So when we went in, I did go up to the reservation desk and say, I have a reservation under Katie Couric. I said it very quietly, kind of like there's the Will and Grace scene where Karen says that, I can bring you to Katie Couric's house. And then Grace is like, we're going to Katie Couric's house. But she says it, Katie Couric. Katie Couric. Katie Couric. Katie Couric! Like, so it was very much, I have a reservation under Katie Couric. We got seated right away. And we were waiting, and at this point I'm on my phone looking at her tweets as she started tweeting because she was done with her shoot. So I'm looking at her tweets and I'm like, okay, she's tweeting, she's done, she's on her way here. And because I was so engrossed in her tweets trying to figure out when she was going to get there, my grandmother saw her first and she kind of nudged me and she pointed, and I was like, oh my god, it's Katie Couric right there. So I got up, I gave her a hug. Guys, when I tell you she's tiny, she's tiny. Very tiny. And I'm not. I apologized profusely for the morning. She said not to worry about it. She's like, I hope you weren't too upset. And I was like, no, not at all. What are you talking about? Not upset. Because I didn't want to tell her, oh yeah, I was sobbing on my grandmother's shoulder because I thought you were going to hate me. If Katie sees this, sorry. But then we sat down. We had some lunch. It was really nice. I got to talk to her. I got to ask her questions. She was really great with my MS. She told me, she's like, if you ever need anything, let me know. It was surreal. We got that picture behind me, and then we have a picture of me, my grandmother, and Katie all in the booth. So I'm probably gonna get that made like that so I could hang that up so I have that picture of the three of us. Because that's a very special moment. And now that my grandmother's gone, I want to have that to remember. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions about Katie or about what, I don't know. Let me know in the comments and I will answer them. As long as it doesn't violate anyone's privacy. It was really funny. I she had a van for when her kids were in school. She had a minivan that she called the Monavan because her late husband's last name was Monahan. So she called it the Monavan for the kids. And once the kids were all grown up, I wasn't sure that she kept it, so I asked her, what did you do with the Monavan? And she told me, and she's like, and then I got myself an Audi AA. And I was like, I figured you'd drive a BMW i3 because she was in the commercial. And she's like, oh no, I have one of those too. It was just really funny. I asked her how many pairs of reading glasses she has, because if you notice, her reading glasses match her outfit all of the time. All the time. So I asked her that. And we just really talked. And it was nice. And she was very motherly towards me. I don't know if that was just her personality or what. I'm gonna assume it's just her personality. Because I don't want to be crazy fan that's like, she was motherly towards me. Oh my goodness, she loves me. Like, no, I don't want to be that fan. So I just assume that that's her personality, and yeah, so I'm really excited for October 29th. She's going to be in New York City at the Beacon Theater, and I have a meet and greet, so I'm going to meet her again, and I'm really excited, and I can't wait. Yeah, so I'm going to end that here. My next video is probably going to be an update about how I'm doing in my partial hospitalization program for my mental health. So stay tuned for that. If you guys have any other requests on videos that you want me to do, let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.